Hi, in this video we are going to debug the Ruby source code using the new debug gem. It's included in the Ruby programming language by default, and if you're going to use this gem to debug the Rails source code, we are going to run a test and we are going to put a breakpoint, and we are going to see all the important features of this debug gem that helps with the debugging. So let's go to the code editor. I have the Rails source code pulled here. We are going to test the base test method, base test file, specifically the test controller name method, which calls the controller name and on a controller and tests the return value. So to use that gem, we just need to require debug and put a breakpoint using debugger, similar to JavaScript. So that's all we need. Once you save that and in the terminal, run this command to run that test. We are running this command from the action pack library. And what this does is runs this test, and we want to run a specific test, not all the tests. So we pass the name of the test using the end flag and hit enter. And you can see Ruby has paused execution at our breakpoint. So at this point we can do a bunch of things. First, we have all the Ruby and Rails execution context at our disposal, so we can just execute any normal Ruby code such as print statements or evaluate expressions. But more importantly, we can examine the local state of the program, for example inspecting the variables or method calls and stuff like that. For example, we can see what this method is returning here by typing that, and you can see it returns empty, so we know this test is going to pass. We can go further and we can step into this method using the step command, but for that we need to go to the next breakpoint. So I'll type next or n. That takes us to line 79. At this point, if you want to go to the step inside the method, so I'll type step or s, and that takes us to self.controller name method. And here you can see we are in the metal.rp file right now. Here you can examine the name of the local variables. You can also call methods, and you can also check the values of the expressions like this. And if you want to get out of this method, just type up. That takes us back to the method where we just were. That is the base test file. Okay, so let's clear the screen and I'll show you another cool feature. So now that we have cleared the screen, let's and now we want to see the source code where we were. So for that, just type list or L, and that shows you the breakpoint and the surrounding code, which is useful after you have cleared the screen. If you type L again, it will show you the next few lines. You can also give a range to the list command. For example, I want to see lines 74 to 81. I will do 74, 81. Oops, I guess I need to pass a dash. Right. So this shows us lines 74 to 81, and it's very easy to find the help as well. So you can just type help and list, and that shows you the help for specific commands. All right, so now that we have done with debugging, if you want to continue execution, just type C or continue, and that, unless you have any more breakpoints, that just runs the program till it terminates, and we can see the tests have been passed and we are out of the debugging. All right, so let's clear the screen, and that's pretty much it. If you want to learn more about this gem, I'll include the link in the notes, but you can find there are many more commands that you can use, and examples that you can see here in the documentation. And it also shows you how to install the gem and use the gem. All right, so I hope that was useful and hope you learned something new. I used to use the binding pry by bug gem before this, but now that I've learned about debug, I'm planning to use it going forward. Let me know if you found this video useful, and I look forward to your feedback. Thank you.